Hello and welcome to Trails to Azure Part 75. It's time to finish the last two places before going to the Azure tree. So I'm going to Michelin first, then the wetlands. I'm going to have a Zemurian ore shard to hand in, and then it will be time to go to the Azure tree. Last time was just finishing up talking to everyone, and now I just need to quickly clear these last two areas and then go to what I'm pretty much certain, based on everything, is the final dungeon. I have no idea how long the final dungeon will take, but it could take an hour and a half, it could take 4, so I might not finish it today. I will do my best to get as far as I can, but I'm not going to play too long. My aim is, with this episode and the next, to finish the dungeon at the absolute latest. I can talk to her in a minute. And then after finishing the dungeon, just finishing the game this week is my goal. Things have gotten pretty dusty around here during our absence. That blue tree off in the distance still makes me uneasy, but I'll do what I can to clean up this place. I was reading stuff. She's the one that gives you the Zemurian ore for having all the books, but I don't have all the books, so I can't get the ore. Never could I have envisioned a tree on that scale appearing out of thin air. Even I am unable to foresee what happens next. The truth eludes my cards, my crystal ball, and the stars alike. How very intriguing. I can't recall this ever happening before. Just what will become of Crossbell? I look forward to learning the answer for myself. Yeah, apparently that's where you get the, you trade in your books for the Zemurian ore shard, which I can't do because I don't have the books. I heard that Speaker McDowell was one of several who were confined at the state guest house. If that wasn't terrible enough, the people keeping them there were the Jaegers who attacked the city. The president has no excuse for any of this, even if it was all in the name of our independence. So this is not going to be anything up here. Yeah, I can talk to him for that. That giant tree is looming right over this place, but the staff still came to work. That's bravery right there, and not wanting to lose their job. But me, as soon as I'm finished with maintenance, I'm getting the hell out of here. The staff and I have returned to check in on the hotel, now that things have settled down in the city. That being said, that enormous blue tree is even more unsettling from up close. Needless to say, Michelin won't be able to reopen like this. Yes, that's that. What does that say? Okay, it's just business is closed, unsurprisingly. I really like how eerie this is. It's so eerie. It really does do a good job, because you visit here earlier, you interact with all the people, it's all happy, and then here it's all dark and empty. It really does capture the, like, abandoned aesthetic fairly effectively. Yeah, I would have not gotten that legitimately without checking a walkthrough. Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be anything else here, and if there is, oh well. Oh, I am gonna play out of how I normally would play, because of the walkthrough that I checked briefly, because I didn't want to miss everything. Once I go into the dungeon, I'm gonna leave at one point, because there's a memory shard, which is a weird place to have the shard, because, like, roleplay, you wouldn't return after you enter the dungeon. You would focus on clearing the dungeon, but whatever. That's just my opinion. So now I have 5 shards. Which means that I can make 1 weapon. There are 2 choices in my mind. Apparently, Lloyd's weapon actually does have evasion. Which, if it's 15 evasion, I will swap to it. Because then it'll put me at exactly 100 evasion. I don't know how it actually works. I assume I can see it before I make them, but... Dear Goddess Almighty, did you manage to find 5 whole Zemurian ore shards? I can make you a weapon like you never seen before with those things. Heck, I can even get started right away, if you want. What do you say? Sure, let's do it. Now that's what I'm talking about. I can only make 1 at a time, so think long and hard about what kind of weapon you want. So, I hate that they don't give me the stats. This supposedly gives evasion, which means that I might use it. If the evasion's not, like if it's at least 15, then maybe I'll swap to it. If it's 10, I won't. And if I don't go for that, I'll go for Noel's or Wazi's. One of those, if it's not Lloyd's. Infinity, let's see what it is. I'm not reading this because it doesn't really matter. 15 evasion. That's more evasion. Actually, I guess I only needed 5% evasion. I am gonna stick with this because it means that I can take different items. Like I could go for the green charm. And it really boosts his strength a ton. Green charm's not that good though. Let's just see what other noteworthy ones would be, which is basically Noel and Wazi, because currently Tio is just here as a buff bot, sort of. That's gonna pop every time. So that's an extra 230, 3 more range, and it can petrify, which is actually not that good. The petrify is not that valuable. The range is nice, and it hits a lot harder, but that doesn't seem exceptional. Doesn't seem bad, but it's not exceptional. Like, if Wazi's gives, like, 50 ATS, or arts, then it might be better. I made the wrong one. I don't even remember which one I made. Because if I made his, it would be right here. I thought that's whose I made. I have no idea which one I made. I was not paying enough attention. I thought I went to Wazi's, but maybe I didn't. Okay, Wazi, 7th arm. Yeah, it doesn't... I mean, the evasion would be good if I was making him an evasion tank, and I could transition him to do that, but he's not that. I'm just using him for arts. Critical 30 seems pretty good if that's the type of build you're going for, though. But it doesn't give arts, so that's not the choice. You could make him very evady. But, yeah, I think it's... Basically, it's gonna be either hers or his, and his gives evasion, and I can swap Evergreen for something else. I guess ADF would be pretty not bad. I don't have many options. I can just get Evergreen, Green Charm. I lose hit rate, I lose speed, I gain ADF, I gain move. 20 ADF is not that much. Ooh. Is it even worth it? I sort of feel like it might not be worth it. Honestly? Yeah, I guess I'm gonna stick with... Yeah, I was checking these. I'm gonna go with Noel's. It might not be the best choice, but it provides the biggest absolute bonus. And since I'm basically just having Lloyd, he just gets attacked, that's all he does. I think her having the best strength she can get is worth the most. And the range is pretty good too. There. Now I can't reload. Well, I can, but... I have to go to the garage. Yeah, that's the weapon I'm gonna go with. It might not be the best choice. And maybe Tio's was great. Maybe Tio's would have been enough that I would turn her into the pure... arts damage dealer, but I'm just gonna stick with the setup I have. I'm doubtful there's gonna be anything in the marsh that matters, and I need to actually turn in missions, because I mean I finished the side quests. I mean 4,200 damage is pretty good. Oh yeah, these stupid enemies that are genuinely like the worst enemy in the game. Because they're just incredibly obnoxious. I kind of wanted to say there's no point in exploring this again. I don't think there's going to be anything here. So, this weirds me out. I can't remember if there was anything there previously. Because I could definitely have missed something there. But this is just a quick run through. So after this, I'll have to go, when I'm on the Merkaba, I will hand in the missions. Once I've handed in the missions, it's the last chance I have to be to get to detective grade 1. I'm thinking I probably won't reach the first grade detective because I missed plenty of side missions and specific DP bonuses. Like I didn't win against the bracers. I just didn't want to repeat that fight a bunch of times and get better luck. But yeah, so I will be back on the Merkaba in just an instant. I'm back on the Merkaba. Oh, that's time to hand in all of these. Yep, I didn't get to the first class. Oh well, I missed too many quests. God, I hate this. But now it's time to go to the Azure tree. Danger. The Azure tree. That's where we'll find Kia, as well as the truth behind all this. Are we ready? Continue preparing or... Yeah, no, okay. This is just brief. There was one of the interactions at the train station. It defaulted to like... Normally, it defaults to like continue preparing or equivalent. And then the second option is the move forward point of no return. But at the train station, I think it was flipped for some reason, which is weird. Just briefly getting an image of that. Oh no. A spaceship. It's not a spaceship, it's an airship. Beowulf. Hostile confirmed at 5 o'clock. It's the Red Constellation's Beowulf. Figures they'd show up. That must be their assault craft. Yeah, I remember them talking about buying one back when I still ran with them. But man, I can't believe they've already got this much of a handle on it. The Qua family may have financed it to help with their current plan. It's also fitted out with some of the society's tech, by the looks of it. Can you shake them, Abbas? I will do what I can. Meh. Sure, it's built like a tank, but all that bulk will just weigh it down. We can outrun it. Says the kid who's probably never flown a airship in his life. They definitely couldn't see those coming and dodge them. Ah! What happened? No good. Not good. Are those electromagnetic mines they just deployed in the air? Just deployed? In front of us? I mean, they would have deployed them a while ago. Affirmative. The Foundation has developed something similar. We should have expected as much from seasoned soldiers. Ugh, so that's how they want to play this, huh? Is it? They're swerving towards our starboard side. Abbas, deploy the impact shields. Roger. All passengers brace for impact. They're coming from in front of us, somehow. And there's no more anything on the ground. Ah! It's okay. Minimal damage sustained. This is definitely something that she's trained to do. Good. Concentrate our impact shields at the bow of the ship. Set a course for the Azure tree. We're going to force our way through the minefield. Understood. I don't think this weird scene's gonna add anything interesting, honestly. Like, it's gonna be used basically just as a means to justify not being able to... But we can come and go, can't we? Anyway. It's a big tree. Because that would definitely make sense that your decision would be to fly into the weird beam of light. Not bad. I was hoping we'd get to boredom and go at it hand to hand. This just proves their aerial tactics have much room for improvement. We should leave the rest to Lord Sigmund and the young miss. Heh, I envy them. A battlefield like that's out of this damn world. They're gonna have one hell of a fight in there. What a weird map. Azure Tree, Holy Precincts. Plural. Look at that! Are we really inside the tree right now? I know the thing's massive, but it's like a whole other universe in here. The tree itself must be capable of distorting the bounds of space. Find me. Please find me. Is it going to be that sentence reverberating through time? Wow. It's so pretty. We made it into the tree. Just to find another one right inside of it? That's not a tree, come on. It's drawing in all of those lights, all of these lights around us. There are more than I can even count. You know, it kind of looks like a visual representation of the Orbital network. Whatever it is, it's going to make one heck of a photo op. Photo op is photo opportunity, right? It would be too perilous to fly the Merkaba through these gravitational distortions. I will have to insist that you proceed on foot from here. Oh boy, my favorite mode of transport. That said, the Merkaba should be good to fly us in and out of the tree for some reason. Don't be shy if there's a place you still need us to head back to. Alright, we'll keep that in mind. In any case, we should decide who will make up the exploration team and who will remain on standby. You know you're staying on standby, Dudley. This is no time for tree gazing. We need to move, Bannings. Right. Kia is waiting for us somewhere inside of this tree. Don't worry, I'll find you no matter what. Do you really think I'd bring them with me? No. Weird. It's very, visually it's not reminiscent, but, like, structurally, it's very reminiscent of... That was such a big attack. I'm kind of glad I made the choice I did for weapons. He just got one shot because he got countered in death. I hate this game. I hate this game so much. Like, I really hope death is removed as an effect in Cold Steel. I doubt it is, but it's not a fun effect. You never benefit from it. It's always a negative. Because, oh, you attack them, they counterattack you, and you just die. Man in the mirror. Okay, they deflect arts. So I have to keep that in mind. Chest. Celestial Bomb EX. Congratulations on reaching the end. Got a long road ahead of you still, but I know you can do it. That's kind of too sincere. That's not funny. Look, this damage is going to be huge right here. Anyway, she can't do anything. That damage is wonderful. I'm actually very happy with my choice of weapon. What the? Moon Gate. That makes me think... That's a... There were moon gates in Cold Steel... Not Cold Steel. Trails in the Sky 3rd. It's a very different thing, but there were gates that I think were called moon gates. Pixie's gradually making progress to leveling up. This is like a weeping angel monster, huh? Golden statue that is not golden. I'm thinking these are resistant to physical. Yeah, they're definitely resistant to physical. Yep. Physical resist for sure. I guess I'll touch the crystal. So that gets access to a chest. That's like an elephant face. Dark Zone Beta. I'm so happy with the weapon. Look at that creature. I wonder if this is a monster. It's definitely not a monster chest. Another one? Oh yeah, I don't have the, I have the quartz on her now. Ooh, making contact results in total annihilation. Quartz fragment. 53 out of 61. Her eyes whelmed with tears as she read, the first time Cyril had ever seen her cry. And while she was distracted, he took care to replace the letters in the chest and close it with due discretion. When she finished, it was all she could do not to keep her voice from shaking. Why? Why are you letting me read this? So now it's time to go back, hand in the quartz, and if I didn't miss anything, that's the last one. But I imagine I probably missed at least one of the quartzes. Though I don't know where I would have missed it. But I just assume I probably have. Anyway, now I have to go back to Crossbell, talk to the Rebecca? Is that her name? Data fragment. That was completed? Hey, that is done. Nice. Check it immediately. On the Divine Child. Crossbell is the home of DG and the land of origin, as it is this very place where our sect inherited the Divine Child from our founders. The Divine Child represents the true God, and her existence is the symbol of DG underneath the sun. What? And her existence is the symbol of DG. Period. I didn't notice there was a period there. Underneath the sun fort slumbers what appears to be a human girl in perpetuity. In reality, she awaits the moment of her awakening on top of the altar in the sun fort. For someone to live this long might be hard to believe for us mortals. However, I have seen her with my own eyes. Within the sphere, referred to as the sacred cradle, slumbers a little girl, a divine presence. The sacred cradle was created by the predecessors of our sect, based on the techniques alchemists had learned by studying artifacts, meaning that like those phenomena described as miracles, there's nothing miraculous to be found here. From her era of inception on, the Divine Child, the Gnosis, has been entrusted with knowledge which can be best described as infinite. Once wisdom is achieved, the Divine Child will awaken, and she will become the true God, D. And the souls and minds of all will be gathered within D, releasing the people from the goddess's spell. That is the prophecy left by the predecessors of DG, or D therefore G, and the ambition we shall fulfill. I'm just gonna go through this quick because it's basically, this is stuff that already happened. It's all just re-summarizing everything else. Do I not get, like, there it is. I wish I got an item for that, but it at least did give me an achievement. Which, I mean, achievements don't matter, obviously, but it would be so annoying if they did the cutscene again for this. But yeah, they just do this cutscene. Except they do it. Oh, I should probably talk here. Yeah, nothing interesting. I just want to make progress. I'm going to fight everything I see. Because frankly, I want to make sure that I get Pixie and maybe Mobius leveled up. I'd love to get Keeper leveled up. I'm not going to grind for that now though. I mean, if I do not finish this today, I might grind it separately on recorded, just because I want to get those upgraded, and I think it would be kind of fun to have it upgraded, but I don't think it's necessarily beneficial to grind for that. I just think it would be funny. I'm not gonna fight that again. That just, it requires an art to cast, which is annoying. Oops. No fair fights, no fair fights. They're all full enough HP. The fact that this fight with 2 of them is actually going to be marginally harder than a fight with 3, I think says a fair bit about the effectiveness of Noelle's AoE attacks. Like, if Noelle's AoE wasn't AoE, she would just be kind of normal, but instead it's a ranged AoE physical attack, which no other character really has. Anyway, those are a pain to fight, so I'm not gonna bother. Nope, I'm trying to... Okay, dead. That was an unreasonably fast cast. How did they get to cast that so quickly? Was it a rush turn and I wasn't paying attention because it's a meaningless fight? And the only reason you have to pay attention to the meaningless fights is because you might get unlucky and just die instantly? I have to say that's one of my issues with these games. Like, 80 to 99% of fights, there's no risk to your life. But, I mean, if there is risk, it's you gradually getting chipped down with like 4 or 5 hits to bring you to 0. But then, like, that's super manageable. But then sometimes there's, oh, you just get 1 shot, which is not compelling in this setup. I can respect, like, instant 1-shots in MMO RPGs. I've never played... I've actually played some. It's very frustrating with randoms, but... Like, when you're playing with... I assume, when you're playing those sorts of MMO raids where the people you're playing with know what they're doing, and it's not just suffering because they can't follow basic instructions. Like, doing that with, friends, and figuring it out, getting your DPS high enough to be able to clear, like, DPS checks and stuff, that could be fun, honestly. But in this sort of single-player, turn-based game, it's really not that interesting, I think, to have enemies be either not dangerous or you get 1 shot. Great time for the Sepith. Quick, Adol. We have to get to the center of the Great Tree of Origins before... Oh wait, sorry. Wrong tree. I feel like I should know what that's a reference to, but I might just not know it. There's any number of potential things that have, like, great trees of origins and the like. Quick and easy. I do like that it's mostly a, this setup for this area, come on, is more of a labyrinth as opposed to a, maze, like, guard, so you can't impede because it's guarding. Good gameplay, man. When the only counterplay to a mechanic is hitting with an impede, and you can't hit with an impede because you get a guard to proc randomly. It's not like, oh, it's like these are the generic enemies you have to fight a million of. But sometimes they can just one-shot you. It's not a fun gameplay, in my opinion. Please be a not awful fight. That's not gonna be too bad, probably. I'll just have to use a bunch of arts. They're not weak to this, but I don't think I have good time. I'm gonna have Death Spiral, but it's such a small AoE. I think Flare Butterfly will be more effective. Oh. Fun times. You can't cast arts. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to cast anything because they're gonna interrupt it. But I might as well try. Interrupt, interrupt. Good thing I have her gun though. So I can rely on her to deal all the damage. Though I can just burst and it's safe enough that I can just AoE everything here now. I assume they can't be affected by the debuff, but I think I can Death Spiral here. Rift Gem. Cast? These two games have been a big part of my life for 5 years. I'm not certain what future projects I'll take part in, but it's going to be hard to surpass the satisfaction I feel for these two. JJL. Presumably, I'm pretty sure that's one of the translators who did the, like, Geofront. I'm assuming it's the Geofront patches that then I think got officially. They were the ones that officially translated it at some point, I believe. Though I'm not certain. Oh, it's an Impede gem? You know, that's totally worth it if... Ooh. Evade is nice. The Rift gem might be better though. I think I'm using this. I think at the time and space, the Mirage and Space are being used for Adamantine Garden and Passion, so I can't swap that. I could swap the Evade for the Rift gem. Like the Sepith like the Quartz elements would be super inefficient for this swap. But the 90% chance to impede is in an AoE attack is pretty good. Like I can't pass that up. 90's not that much though, which is kind of rough, but... Anyway. Progress, progress, progress. Quick, easy. Burst gauge refilled. I'm gonna burst. No point in not bursting, I think. It does feel like there should be an enemy soon, but... I can get enough there anyway. Just keep everyone healthy. Okay, there's probably a fight right up here. I hate Vanish. It's such a bad effect. Kill your CP, kill your EP. Like, why? Like, what's interesting about that? Like, it's better than instant death, but like, it still only affects us negatively. Like, yes, it's meant to be more difficult, but it's like, most other effects have benefits for us, while also being, like, a threat. In this, there's no benefit to that. It just negatively impacts the player, which is like, it's kind of fine, but it doesn't fit with most of the other effects in the game, in my mind. This game really needs a way to skip your turn, instead of just moving in place. I didn't mean to run into it that way, but whatever. Cancelled. Fun gameplay. You can't use arts against characters. So instead it's button mash time. And then it summons one of these guys. Wonderful gameplay. Delay doesn't work. Fun gameplay, man. It's only the best. Can't cast arts. Great gameplay design, man. Love it. I'll be back after I recover everything and get back here. Most of the way at the back. And then this mechanic. I'm gonna have to... Okay, I guess we'll be back again after I go heal everybody. Heh. You know what I'll do? Great, it's so fun. I really don't think that ambush is a good system either, especially when you get ambushed despite... Because as I was running back, I got ambushed despite being the one that ran into the enemy. Somehow they got an ambush on me. But I don't think the ambush system adds much to the game. I get that it's like, if you mess up. But like, when the ambush only comes into play when you're just trying to save time because you're fighting dull enemies for the 50th time in the game, it's like, should that system really exist? Is sort of my feeling on the ambush in this game. But I'm complaining more than I should. But I just think when it's a generic enemy like this, don't make it a pain to fight for no reason other than it's a generic enemy. Like, if it's a boss and it's a pain, I'll hate it, but I'll at least respect it. It's a boss. If it's a generic enemy, don't make it a pain. EP charge 3. 54 out of 61. Cyril set the chest in her palms. The newest letter nestled between them and the chest's bottom. He then leaned just to their foreheads, just so their foreheads barely touched. Eyes closed, he whispered. Take care, Genevieve. Anyway. And like, I think Vanish is a terrible status effect, because it's just annoying. Enemy advantage despite me running into him. Like, what is this game? Like, why did it get advantage despite me being the one that ran into it? It's such a weird, like, element to the game. It doesn't make any sense that it got advantage there. Like, I do recognize... Oh, you're supposed to use arts when you're fighting generic enemies sometimes, but... It's just annoying because arts take longer to hit, so the fight drags on for no reason, because it's not really a dangerous enemy that we're fighting. Like, the reason I don't want to... whatever. The reason I don't want to use arts on enemies is because it just wastes time in the, like, normally. Cause, like, what was that? It triggered twice when they rarely ever trigger. Cause, like, if you fight... If you're fighting generic enemies... Oh, wonderful. Rune of Tempest is good, but I don't have it on... She's not the one that I'm using. But Rune of Tempest is... I got distracted. Grants Magic Reflect, and arts deal 150% damage. The Magic Reflect is more useful, because apparently there's a fight later in this area where all the mobs use arts, and if you just reflect it, you just don't have to worry about them. If Lloyd ends up adopting Kia, does that make him a dad detective? Ha. 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 Such a good joke. Oh yeah, in the next combat I need to... Interesting. Good start to a fight. I mean, this is like game over. Because they get to get all their arts off before I get more than a single turn. What is this gameplay? This should deal a lot of damage. Yeah, they'll die. Easy. I don't know what it's resistant to. It's casting an art, but I don't need to worry. 90% impede, I didn't even account for that. I mean, this fight's basically over. Not it's slightly weak to fire, distorts space and time. Anyway, Fortuna. It is immune to debuffs. I mean, I might as well. Oh, what I should have done was have Tio restore EP. But it's over, so it doesn't matter. That was a very easy fight. Because Noelle's S-Break saved me from instant death. Ooh, Pixie only needs 2 more kills of that level to level up. And Keeper might need a little bit more than that. I'm not sure, I wasn't paying attention to it. Because Keeper's not near level 5, so it won't have a Master Art, or whatever they're called. Yeah, I really hope the game Cold Steel... I hope the Cold Steel series mostly does away with the random effects that are more than just healing, EP restore, and crit. I think the more random ones that have a lot of sway aren't interesting, because like 95% of the game, they don't matter. It's just, oh, crit here, like it could matter occasionally, but it's not the like 5% of the game where if you're not paying attention you just get one shot. Like I think removing those, I think that looks like progress. I think removing those opportunities for getting one shot because you're not paying attention because most of the game it doesn't matter would be a good idea. Tier all bomb. Keep going! Only 10 more chests to unlock the secret chest ending. Which reads like it's saying there's only 10 more chests in the game. Which would be nice. Anyway, those guys are a pain to fight. Those guys are also a pain to fight. They're only a pain. These guys are only a pain to fight because I have to just walk in place with Tio. Or move in place with Tio. But I shouldn't miss out on easy fights because I want the Master Quartzes to level up. What? How did I land a job inside the Azure tree? Let's just say the higher elements were active. That's funny-ish. Like, not super funny, but kind of funny. Okay. I do not get what's up with the chests that I can see. They must be above, and that must be, like, accessible later. Why it's in the same map, I don't know. But it's interesting. I wonder if there's anything here. No. At least not right now. I'm assuming this won't be progress. Monster chest. Not the best, not the worst monster. They are weak to wind, but I don't have wind, so here it is. This is gonna go poorly. First. I think I would probably die if I didn't burst there, because multiple arts were gonna hit me, and they can apply feint, and then I just die. Light gem is going to be... I can't guess. It's not EP cut. Harmony is the fertile soil where our efforts converged in a strong, solid tree, capable of bearing wonderful fruit. This wouldn't have been possible otherwise. So it's a lot of those are just by the people who translated the game. Oh, it's an accuracy gem. Okay. I didn't think about that because those are like the worst, I think. Like, accuracy is useful, but not that useful. Yeah, a lot of these chest messages are just like farewells, because this would be, I assume, the last game that they would ever have a reason to translate within the, like, Trails series. Because all the other ones are getting official translations, or have gotten official translations. All the other ones people care about. And so there's less need for, or there was less need for potential fan translations, I think. Like, I think that's where most of those are coming from. Genuinely the worst. Like, I'm actually, like, I haven't S-braked to one-shot fights. I'm gonna try to do it as best I can here. Because it's one of the worst enemy types in the game. Khalad Bulk, I don't need that, but I'll see what it is. Yeah, it's 130 less strength, 1 less range, doesn't petrify, but has better accuracy. I regret walking forward with Lloyd. I should have just left him where he was. Hold me, Noe. Hold me, no we. I ain't got nothing but love, baby. Or babe. It's probably baby. 8 days to seek. 8 to sweet. I don't know the song. I do not know what song that is referencing. Please. No! I hate this enemy. I don't want to fight it. It's just a pain. Games are supposed to be fun. Not an absolute chore. Which these specific enemies are just a chore. Because either you kill them, or they vanish you and drain all your EP. And CP. And 80% of your HP. Crossbell City wasn't built in a day. It took years of hard work to get us this far. So do me a favor and end this story in style. I don't fight those because they're also a pain. These guys are the least annoying so far. Except for when you evade. Except for when they evade and you attack on a death turn, and so the evasion counter one-shots you. Which I don't think should be how it works, because that only benefits enemies. Wrong target. And I understand games can be difficult, but like, it's just really annoying when you attack on an instant death turn, because you don't want to waste time just sitting there. But you get RNG'd and they evade, and they hit you back, and you get one shot because the death applies to you, in a scenario where it wouldn't have applied to them anyway. It's just obnoxious. I'm gonna have to save soon. So it's better, there's gonna be something that requires, maybe a boss fight or something soon. Okay, that's gonna have to have me go this way first. And push this. Well, not just that, keep going further. What the? Oh, time save. Kinda neat. I genuinely didn't expect them to provide a shortcut. It's a little more interesting than just putting a restore station, honestly. It's a little bit more tedious, but it's interesting enough. Look at that. We're gonna have to go through the left and the right to go through the middle. What gives? Every stinking path has some kind of force field over it. Each looks to be mystical in nature, though I couldn't tell you more than that. The center one clearly leads further inside, but what are the two to the left and right? Oh ho ho, they lead to what are known as domains. Belle, is that you, Belle? Ooh. But of course, Sally. Welcome to the Azure Tree. I'm sure that Kia will be delighted to see you. Or perhaps I should say, disheartened. Belle. Names. You went to so many lengths for this grand scheme of yours. And yet, you don't seem to be trying all that hard to stop us from progressing. Not particularly. You see, these holy precincts are comprised of Kia's innermost being. Deep down, she insists that you must stay away, yet at the same time yearns for you to rescue her. And so, her irresolution was given form as the guardians wandering about. Is that how this place works? To think that little girl could create such a vast expanse within her. The highlight of our grand banquet draws nigh. But to spice things up, we've prepared a few additional venues. No reception is complete without entertainment. After all, venues are not inherently entertainment. Before you are the gates that will lead you to them. Additional venues. Damn, lady. Quit talking in circles already. Oh, it's quite simple, really. But it's quite simple, really. Just as the holy precincts you stand in are a manifestation of Kia's mind, so too Do the domains behind each gate embody the hearts and souls of our guests of honor? Guests of honor? Are you implying? See for yourselves. To enter a domain, you need only present an individual bound by fate to its keeper. That concludes my keynote address. I shall await you on the main stage for the closing ceremonies. Please, don't make me switch in Ricks here, Dudley. Provided you don't perish on your way, of course. Because if they're like, oh, Shirley needs Rixia, but Randy's right here. Well, names. Just say their name once. It conveys everything. She's twisted beyond belief. Judging by what she said, I was actually really looking forward to this dungeon not having a bunch of dull dialogue, but it does still have it. Judging by what she said, we'll have to go through the left and right gates before we can go through the center. You think. The question is, who will be waiting for us behind each one? Well, we can't know until we get inside them, so let's just give it a try. We'll know we don't have the right person with us if it blocks us out. Fair point. Don't forget, we can always double back to the Merkaba if we need to. Gotta love the... if either of these requires that I swap out Wazi or Noelle, I think it's bad design. Like, if I can get in, then swap them, fine. But like, oh, if your entire setup is contingent on Wazi and Noelle being in your party, and you have to swap one of them out for someone that's dead weight, that's not good gameplay design. It might be fine story design, but gameplay is a mess. No reaction. So I'm gonna have to swap in Rixia or Dudley. I assume Rixia, but it's not good gameplay. Because I can't swap out the normal SSS members because they're too important, but I don't use all of them, so it's just dull. I doubt we can force our way in either. It would help if we knew who was waiting on the other side. Hee 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 ha ha ha. Look at me, I'm the strongest guy around. Isn't that Wald? Damn straight, I'm stronger than that bastard could ever hope to be. I have Wazi with me. I should be allowed in. I just don't get it. What has him so hung up over a flake like me? Wazi. Names. Step aside, Lloyd. He's got an axe to grind with yours truly. I'm not going to deny him that. Alright. The seal disappeared. Wow, you think you need to say it out loud? Guess that means we can head inside the domain. Just cut that line from Ellie and just have one of them say, guess that means we can head inside. That's all that you need. Like, obviously the seal disappeared. Brace yourselves. This isn't going to be your average scrap on the streets. We're going to have to face him with everything we've got. Roger. I'm just frustrated by this story. Like, the micro-scale story of these games is so mediocre. I do like that it's called Domain of Vanity, because he is just vain. So this is a domain. It's a desolate wasteland. Place is about as empty as that punk bastard's head. Accurate. Those electrical fields. They appear to be pulsating with negative energy. Great. I suppose this is on me for brushing him off so easily. Well, it's not on you, he's just dumb. I never imagined a twisted place like this could ever come out of an average street thug like him. Names. Oh, what? Names. Let's move. It's best we don't keep him waiting. I'm going to knock some sense into him. Physically, mentally, and every way in between. Every time they just say someone's name, I am going to continue to actively just say name. Like, it's just such meaningless writing to be like, oh yes, Wazi, Wald. Like, Yes, we know their name. I get that it's meant to portray emotion, but it's like, it doesn't do anything other than make the characters sound dumb when it's two characters in a row just saying a guy's name. It's like, what is the purpose of this? Goat head. Yes, that's definitely a goat head. Ooh, very resistant to earth. It hit literally everyone but Lloyd. Fun gameplay, fun gameplay. It's almost over. And then I'm gonna take like a week off from playing these games, at least. Magicong. I've already fought those before. Fun gameplay, fun gameplay. 55 out of 61. In both, cramped between two of the most popular shops on the block was a tiny, tiny building. Last year it had been in a terrible state. Cobwebs once adorned the windows, and insect droppings were commonplace. Yes, because you can see insect droppings. I'm complaining more than I should. The game just tilts my mind. I'm not even gonna try to fight these guys. Like, there's no point. Like, the experience on the Master Courts is nice, but the gameplay here is just obnoxious. Petrify 2. It was now a respectable location, and the building's owner had her true love to thank for it. And tonight, was the night that would determine if that love would be worth clinging to all these months. Wait, are they saying that Genevieve had money given to her by the person who married the guy? I don't remember her name. I don't remember any of these characters' names because it's too infrequent to follow. Hopefully that will help you overcome the last handful of barriers in your way. Yeah, a bunch of Sepith that you literally do not need at this point in the game. I don't think there's any actual use for Sepith. Like, if you don't have all your quartz by now, I don't know what quartz you're hunting for. I'm gonna burst. This is gonna be a pain to fight if I don't burst. I pulled them towards it so that I could AoE, then she pushed that one away. Wonderful. I understand the benefits of how the system works. I really wish I could just say, these characters won't be doing anything this turn, don't select them. They will be useless, don't select them. 2,000 Earth Sepith, I definitely need that. I would say I'm a down-to-earth chest, but now I'm down to nothing. That's pretty good. Can I break these? I figured. Yeah, obviously only the ones that are breakable. The ones that are already broken are the only ones that are breakable. Hey, that's cool. Stop chasing me, please. You deserve to be killed. God, they're resistant to physical. Maybe they aren't resistant to physical. They just have a normal amount of defense for this stage of the game. And Lloyd has like 1,000 strength, which everyone else has better strength than that. Good gameplay, good gameplay, good gameplay. You know, let's just attack. I don't know what that was, but... Oh, this is gonna be a pain. That's all stats down. Good RNG, good RNG, good RNG. So fun. Loving it. I adore it. It's so fun. This game isn't all luck. It's definitely my fault gameplay-wise that I get one shot. And RNG to get paralyzed with AoE attacks. I guess it hit because... Yes, it's fun gameplay. There's so much I can do about it. Because these vanished creatures definitely can be attacked. I can definitely do literally anything while they're vanished. I definitely can do literally anything. Fun gameplay. So interesting. A closer inspection of the chest reveals an inscription that says, 4 doodles. Wow, this really is the inside of Kia's heart. Doodles? Dudley. Okay, I get it, sort of. Because I think she referred to Dudley as Doodles once, maybe? I shouldn't have chose to fight this guy. Ah yes, perfect AoE. Oh, I've vanished him. The worst effect, because you never want it to apply to you or your enemy. If it applies to your enemy, you can't actually kill them in time. But if it's the enemy gets it applied to you, you can't do anything. But they don't get debuffed, because in all games like this, enemies can't. Enemies don't have resources to spend. They have infinite resources. Like, there's no such thing as spell slots for enemies. I hate this game. There, finally. I hate this game. Ooh, you get paralyzed, so you get one shot if you get hit. Sometimes. Paralyzed, it's not paralyzed, petrified. EP charge 3, you're finally at the end, don't give up now. The more I play, the more it makes me want to give up. Oh god, I have to fight the goat head. Come on, goat head. Oh yes, because I got vanished. I actually don't need to Fortuna right away, because Wazi starts with 50%. It is kind of beneficial. Wait, do I not have cast equipped on Wazi? I do. I just haven't gotten a better cast. I'm surprised I haven't gotten an upgraded cast. That's interesting. Deep Ochre. All kidding aside, we really do believe in you. You got this. Deep Ochre was equipment, not quartz. Deep Ochre, Deep Ochre, Deep Ochre. It's... Oh, I guess Deep Ochre is a... evergreen. It's one of the ones you can buy from... What's her name? The doll collector slash seller. Anyway, just avoid enemies because it's so fun to fight them. Okay. This is probably progress, but also not necessarily. No, it's definitely progress. Wonderful. Anyway, let's just use... It's just... It feels like such a waste of potential when every enemy end game can't be debuffed. Like... What's the point? The phrases, "Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned," and "I'm sorry, Daddy, I've been bad," are the same. Wazi Hemisphere, probably. Ha ha ha. Jokes. I should probably equip that. It's just better. At least for once, it's just a straight upgrade. Most of the time, it's not just straight upgrades. Excuse me for the sniffle. Heh heh heh. I was getting tired of waiting. Wald. Name. So that's the getup you've got on the job? The Graal's Ritter, yeah? Guess the church's secret order is too good for a sense of style. Says the guy that wears a vest over nothing. And what of it? I prefer the threads I wore when I was with the Testaments anyway. The suit I don when I'm escorting Crossbell's loneliest isn't half bad either. You look like a clown no matter what you wear, you bastard. I hope they don't try to make him sentimental, because nothing he's done is not sentimental. What's the word? I'm actually totally blanking on a basic word. Like, nothing Wald has done so far is like, he got drunk and then he decided to take a drug to turn into a demon. Like, you look like a clown no matter what you wear, you bastard. Better break the news to your lady friends. All that side hustling's made your head go soft. You're one to talk. Even with all your newfound power, you still carry around that old wooden sword. Overcompensate much? Go ahead, laugh it up. This thing's a part of my brand. It's got character, something a shifty little playboy like you wouldn't know shit about. Oh really now? You didn't seem to need it when you demolished that apartment building downtown. I don't recall it being there when you punched that train clean off the tracks either. Huh, you've done your homework. I'm used to hearing all about what you've been up to, whether I like it or not. Heh heh heh. Haha. Is it just me, or do they actually get along really well? Clearly. More like a match made in Gehenna. We totally need all these interjections. Wald, I need you to confirm something. The power you're so proud of. The Gnosis. It was Maribel who gave it to you, right? You mean those blue pills? Yeah, that hoity-toity chick did call it something like that. You mean they weren't red? But that's the only variant of Gnosis known to cause demonization. Yes, the people who actually were alchemists have better versions. How then did you? She said that me and the drug were a perfect fit or some shit like that. Something about how I have the quality that draws out its full power without having to resort to the more potent one. His brain's a little too weak. His brain's not strong enough to resist it. I don't give a damn how it works, though. You sure as hell should. Belle hasn't given that drug to anyone else, has she? Nah, I don't think so. Heh, girl's one secretive bitch. But hey, I ain't gonna hate. She knows what she wants and she'll do whatever it takes to get it. Let me get this straight. You were lulled in by her sweet, tempting words. That's what gave you this whole obsession with limitless power? Nope. Guess again. I've been longing for power ever since I was a little brat. After my drunk old man finally keeled over, I was left alone to rough it downtown. Fighting and clawing my way through every single day led to my haven, Ignis and the Saber Vipers. Then finding a rival in you and your crew lit a fire in me, but through it all, that craving still smoldered in the back of my mind. Bleh. All I've ever wanted, the only thing I've ever needed, was power. Wow, he turned into a demon as expected. Shocking. It's even worse than last time. Heh, come on, show me. Show me your craving for power. Prove that we're one and the same. Very well. But know that my power isn't anything like yours. What? What is that? Some kind of golden sigil. A stigma. Once this mark appeared on me, I gained everything and yet lost all that I had. My family, homeland, and future gone without a trace. For years I've been a hypocrite, embracing this detestable power that I was cursed with. That is the truth of Wazi Hemisphere. Bastard. I am Wazi Hemisphere, the Sapphire Testament, ninth of the minion of the Graal's Ritter, and with its golden radiance etched upon me, I will put an end to the so-called power you obtained. Are you ready? Ha ha ha, I'd like to see you try. Offer yourself up as a sacrifice, and all it'll do is make my power complete. Now, come on, let's end this. Pick a different song. Like, this song has been played so many times, it's not actually noteworthy here. What are these guys weak to again? I don't know, because I haven't killed these because they're a different variant or something. Hopefully this works. Tapeta Lucida. Interesting name. They got countered. That's pretty funny. They have a lot of physical defense. I gotta love the fact that despite there being an entire... the Master Quartz that I have equipped on Lloyd is supposed to draw aggro, but it doesn't. I mean, it does, but not in a noticeable way. This is gonna be too slow. I'm going to item recovery. There was one of these recoveries that I bought like 20 of, I thought, or was it an item? Yeah, Spore 10X. 4k heal, which is not great, but it restored EP. And this is going to deal a lot of damage, and I am going to avoid it. Why are they the two being hit? Now, what kind of AoE is this that it hit the two of them and no one else? It's a very small circular AoE? Not the best damage. I think I'm just going to have him focus Crimson Rays on these guys. She's gonna impassion. See, this is what's supposed to be happening. They're supposed to be targeting Lloyd because he has a little bit of aggro. Except the fact that he's being targeted more than everyone else is being targeted more than he is for some reason. I have to change the order. Impassion doesn't stack. But unless I have... Yeah, enemies can't be debuffed probably, so there's probably no reason to do that. Okay, I'm gonna Arts Reflect. I don't think I'm gonna be hit by Arts, but I just want to get the delay so that I get the double turns on my turn. Celestial is overkill. But I felt like I might as well. Oh, I just get the double rushes on her turn. Cool. I should Aqua Mirage. No, I should Fortuna first, then Aqua Mirage. Because if I do that first, I get a turn right away to Aqua Mirage. It seems like the Arts debuff is a normal attack. Can I delay this? I can't. They don't get team attacks, but getting that on my guys would have been useful. Again, why they're not targeting him despite the fact that he supposedly has... I'll delay that. The fact that he supposedly has higher aggro is kind of a mystery, but... I guess I'm gonna Flare Butterfly. I don't think I can move them. Actually, let's check. Yeah, space is good. They resist fire, and they're weak to space. I'm probably going to need... Oh, actually, she has Adamantine Guard as well. I don't think I can stack Adamantine Guard, but I can at least position it correctly. Can I get a Fortuna? I don't need it just yet. Yeah, I assume this won't apply movement pull, but if it did, it would be nice. Okay, do I have any actual... Dark Matter's not the best, but... Of course. Good game. I'm gonna lose this fight and I'm gonna have to restart. Because Again, they're focusing on everyone but the character that I need them to focus on. I'm actually just gonna restart. It's gonna be faster to restart, I think, but I should try. Yeah, no, I'm restarting. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back here. It's just not worth the effort to try to get everyone back up when they're gonna just get one shot again. I'm like, but what's the point of having higher aggro if they literally will not target him? Like, the fact that they don't target him despite supposedly him having higher aggro is just obnoxious. I should actually spam Chrono Drive. Yeah, like, the closest I respect actual, like, it makes more sense if he targets the people that actually deal damage, but let's just try this. Let's just try going into a corner. Game over. Restart. I don't think it's good design for combat to be like, oh yeah. The best way to deal with this guy is reload, because otherwise you just get one shot on his second turn. Like, that's not good design for an attack. Honestly, I don't think it's at all even a decent design. I'll also say that I don't think grouping into a corner like this should ever be even close to the appropriate answer. Like, it might not be the correct answer to group in a corner, but it feels like it will be. Oh yeah, I need to get Fortuna. 1 damage per turn. Okay, what's everyone at? Everyone is at... Is Wazi at positive arts? Yes, he is. That's all that matters. Agility is Aqua Mirage. I could get Fortuna, but I don't need it. I think it's better to just get some damage done. I also do need to heal him, but I'm going to take slightly lower cast frequency in exchange for hopefully hitting harder. I also need to get Impassion going soon. Though I do need to recover his health. Anyway, this should never, in my opinion, be the correct choice. Just group your people in a corner. Should never be the correct choice. But it seems like it is the correct choice. I don't think Flare Butterfly is much worse. What is useful? I could get health back with breath, I guess. This shouldn't be... And I get one shot from full HP. Good gameplay as always. There's so much counterplay to it too. There's such a huge amount of counterplay in this, like, it's such a high amount of counterplay, you know? I don't think enemy design is a strong point of these games. Like, enemy design from a combat perspective. Enemy design from, like, a design, like, visual design perspective is great, honestly. Like, outside of that, combat design for combat is, I think, an absolute mess. And now I'm free to shoot and be inefficient with my health recovery. It'll still cast, so I'm fine, hopefully. I need her to not die. Like, the number of attacks that basically are just one-shots is so messy. I got all the Fortuna buffs up first, which is good. I should probably... I mean, no, she'll be better attacking. I assume, yeah, he's slightly resistant to that, but I still think Crimson Ray's probably the best single target. 10k is more than I think the AoE attacks would deal, so... You're gonna feed that. You don't really have an attack, but you could make sure Wazi has an adamantine guard. Probably not worth it. Just chrono drive them. It's really wasteful, but I'm gonna move them closer together. I'm basically gonna continue to rely on him as my only source of damage. Okay, can I get an adamantine guard off in time? Yes. Like, Noelle's damage is not bad. It's not great. It's not bad. Kinda wanna have Aqua Mirage. Do I need it? No. This should just hit him, and he's already guarded. Yeah, this really shouldn't be the best way to play a fight. Like, this is... I personally don't think this is how fights... Like, this should never feel like the best way to solve a fight. Like... Like, it really does feel like this is the best way to do this fight. And I don't think that's good gameplay. Not necessarily the fully focusing on only one unit for damage. That might not be. That's not really what I mean. I mostly mean the sitting in a corner because otherwise you have to keep a full guard up or you just get one shot. That's what I'm mostly talking about. Okay, how much is Keeper gonna get? Nice, Keeper leveled up. Which means it should draw more aggro now. I really want to know what Mobius get when it's maxed, when it's the master art for Mobius. Keeper level 4. So, 60% HP, dying once in a battle. Now it has a medium, attracts enemy attention, which should be better than small. Yeah, all this Sepith is not going to be used. 2 U material. Wow, great time for that. I would rather get an EP charged 1. Ooh. Wazzy, damn you. Is he still not done? How? He should have used up all his strength by now. How would we know that? Sympathetic, that's the word. I don't think they could possibly make Wald sympathetic to me. I'm sorry, Wald. I made a mistake on that rainy day. I thought you weren't insane. I didn't go all out, because I truly didn't want to hurt you. Well? But I understand now. I'll come at you not as a Growlither, nor as one marked with a stigma. If he just kills Wald, that would be an actual moment. He won't. They never kill characters that aren't absolutely vile. But as Wazi Hemisphere, the leader of the Testaments, I'll put all I have behind this final move. Just like when we first met. Heh ha ha ha. Bring it on. I'll make you choke on that power of yours. Good night, Wald. I can't pronounce German. Ha! Gra! And he's targeting his abs. Yeah. Ha! How? Uppercut. He won! And he clips through the floor. He's back to normal. Thank goodness. Heh, you even used the same finishing blow from way back then. And I still couldn't see it coming. Pathetic. There you have it. Your demonized form is only going to take you so far. I won't deny that your true strength underneath is the real deal, though. With the right training, you could be a lot stronger than you are. Tell me something I don't know. I'm gonna keep struggling like hell. And someday, I'm gonna bring you to your knees, Wazi. But I'll let you have this one. Just this once. Except it's already happened exactly like this in the past, so... As for the rest of you, I don't really give a damn what happens to you bastards. But seeing that shrimp of yours all down in the dumps makes me feel like shit. So you better not screw this up. Name? Ah, no need to tell us twice. Thank you. Heh. You. Good job, Ozzy. You did well. Haha. Really took a lot out of me. Hey. Ozzy? Are you alright? Hint. I can't use the Sigma's power without expecting certain side effects. I may have gone a little overboard just now. Honestly, when don't you? Are you going to be alright? Oh, I'll live. Upsy daisy. Hopefully, that did enough to release the domain's hold on the seal. We can come wake Wald up from his nap later. What do you say we head back to the gate? Right, let's get moving. Come on, you maniac. Lean on my shoulder. Bit. He's out cold. I'm not reading it because I just don't care. I just don't care about Wald. Like, he's just not, to me, he's not an interesting character. He's just self-centered. It's the central seal. I think it's weaker now, and it has one less set of arrows. It must have happened after we cleared Wald's domain. I would speculate that each of them is linked to the holy precincts in some way. So if we clear the second domain, then the seal should disappear entirely. Anyway, let's see if they let me in. Or if I have to swap to another character. Same as the other gate. Who could be inside this one? Hee 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 hee, ha 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 ha. Where is she? I'm getting antsy here. Doesn't she know how rude it is to keep a girl waiting like this? Right, it's her. At least I'm not the one she has a bone to pick with. Yeah. We'll have to head back to the Merkaba and let her know the situation. Hope she'll be able to control herself. It's just a weak way to... Like, it's fine in World. Gameplay-wise, it's a bad system. If they don't let me swap out, like, Randy. They won't. If they let me swap out Randy or any other character that I don't care about... Sorry, Abs, I don't care. Yeah, the fact that I can only swap these two, I was like, okay. Then I have to reset everything because I don't use these two. But because I use these two, I have to use a character that is 16 levels under. Great gameplay mechanic. Like, forcing me to use a character that I haven't used because I don't want to use them. At the expense of one of the characters that I'm actually using. Like, it's not a good way to set it up, in my opinion. I'll see if they'll let me in, then leave, then swap her out. They won't, but if they do... I'm sorry, I'm just not going to read this because I don't care. It's just going to be the same, oh, enter the gate, leave the gate. I didn't mean to actually enter it. I meant to see if I could swap first. Sorry, I'm not reading that. I'm just seeing if I can swap. I just want to see if I can go in with a different character. Because it will determine whether it's time to complain or not. Because like, it will ruin the interaction at the end of the gate, but I don't care about that interaction. Yep, it forces it. Lovely gameplay. Lovely, lovely, lovely gameplay. Okay. So I'm going to stop here just before I enter that, because I'm going to have to spend like 5, 10, 15 minutes figuring out how I'm going to set up my team. And I'll be back in no time at all after I've done that. So I'm back after adjusting. I get basically Ellie is going to be in the team. Because, sure, I could use Rixia, but she's 16 levels under, which is a lot in this game. In these games. So, I could use Randy, but he's just a physical attacker, which would fulfill the same role as Noel, but he's melee, which is an issue. So I just made Ellie tanky, basically. Sort of. Like deep ochre. Bunch of defenses. Gear. Auto CP up. And these, definitely not optimal. I was basically just looking to give her Adamantine Guard. I was trying to get Impassion. Maybe I could, but I don't think it's necessary to that extent. Like, Adamantine Guard, Aqua Mirage, buffs, Recuria, useful. Chrono Drive. Chrono Down's useless at this stage in the game because everything's immune. Like all this other stuff, mostly focusing on buffs and not dying. Because she has Wing, which means she can't be debuffed. So she will never go, she will only die, she won't be CC'd. Which means that as long as she doesn't die, she can use her S-Break as an emergency, oh no, everyone's dead, or debuffed button. And not everyone, it's not actually full, it's not all AoE, but it's big AoE. So, I'm hoping that will work for this area. And I'm going to have to do the same thing later, because I assume there's going to be there's going to be more domains, I'm pretty sure. One of these domains is going to require Dudley, which means that I'll have to swap out Wazi or Noelle anyway, so I'm going to use Ellie in the same way, probably. Where is she? I'm getting antsy here. Doesn't she know it's rude to... how rude it is to keep a girl waiting like this? Dot dot dot. Great. It's her. Because we already knew this, because we already had this interaction. I did reload to before I opened it, but they had interacted and known it was her already. Sounds like you're the one she wants this time, though. Hey, Rixia. When it comes time to fight her, why don't you let us take care? Well, I mean, that's gonna happen because I'm not using her. No? I'm loath to admit it, but she and I are products of similar circumstances. I have to confront her a second time. It's the only way to find the path ahead of me. I understand. I mean, she's gonna fight in the cutscene afterwards, but it vanished. Now we can enter this domain too. Remember who it is we're facing. We'll have to make sure we're doubly prepared. Otherwise, this may be over before it even begins. Good call. Anyway, yeah, I'm not gonna change anything. I'm gonna clear this, and that's where I'll stop. After I clear this domain, that's where I'll stop for today. Probably. Like, I won't go through the new door that's gonna open up. Another domain. You think. I was expecting it to look like, well, just about anything else, really. Shirley's wild nature hardly seems capable of manifesting something so peaceful. Seriously, should we take a wrong turn somewhere, or? People often have more facets to them than meets the eye. I believe what we're looking at here is a testament to that. That would explain it. It might not look that bad right now, but don't let that put you off guard. Let's start making our way through. The sky changed color. Cool. And the areas we can access have changed with it. We will need to make further use of this in order to proceed. You think. Great, this place can change its tune at the drop of a hat. It's volatile and unpredictable, just like you know who, except it's incredibly predictable, because you just interact with the crystal to change it. Bloody Shirley, one of the strongest members of the deadliest Jaeger Corps on the continent. Yeah, this world they have doesn't make sense. How could it... oh, it's the T-Rexes. Or the dinosaurs. I can't go back. Interesting. Like, how is this... yes, of course. I definitely want her to be standing at the front line. Totally. The reason I have to use arts here, more than attacking, is because I don't have Noelle, who does good direct attacks. The chest has thrown its lid off. It's no longer holding back its empty contents. What the? What the? What a weird creature. What a weird bounce that was. It bounced that guy sideways despite the direction the attack came from. Yes, because medium aggro draw means don't draw aggro. Definitely. Yes, don't draw aggro. I really hope if I get Keeper to max level, it's like 100% aggro draw, because that's just... percent based is just frustrating. It's like, I'm thinking of other stuff, but like, MMOs are... Oh, I have Scent equipped. But like, MMOs, the best of my knowledge, it is predictable. This RNG is not my favorite. I want to quit this game right now. This RNG, I can't hit a single attack. I don't like this map. Mostly because I can't just I could bring Noelle instead of Wazi. It's just gonna be a slog. Because I need to bring Wazi, because if I have things that are actually dangerous to fight, I need strong arts. Sure, I could reset up so that Ellie or Tio have good arts, but that's a more difficult choice. I have to swap that if I want to keep the Adamantine Guard, and I want to get rid of Scent. Again, I need to change where I position the characters. Phantom leveled up. Yay, totally useful. I'm definitely using that character now. I'm whining. I'm whining way too much. I just don't think this is a well set up. Like, forcing you to use characters for no good reason is just obnoxious. Oh wait, I don't need to Fortuna right away. Good RNG on that. So fun. I get the one person that it matters if they target it. Polaris dress. Whether light or dark, rain or shine, up or down, we know you can win this. Okay. There doesn't need to be that many of those types of ones. Sure. I'm not gonna like this map. Because it's going to be way more of a pain keeping track of where I'm going, where I've been, and all that. Because if I have to actively swap these, I can't as easily run back and forth to double check. Still blue. Yet another still blue. At this moment, she swept the floors aggressively, with butterflies flitting about in her stomach, legs, arms, everywhere, waiting for midnight to strike, waiting, praying to Eidos. I mean, it really feels like the plot is that Genevieve, or whatever her name is going to betray her or something, but it would be much more interesting if that wasn't the case. Life is too short to carry a grudge. As they say, success is the best revenge. I mean, successful revenge is also revenge. And you don't have to carry the grudge after. God, great map design. And I'm about to get insta-death if I get bad luck, so I'm gonna have to use this. Wow, they're so weak, but if the instant death line up like that, I would die. I finally remembered I need to move her there. I don't like this map. I'm repeating it because I'm totally lost. I don't know where I am. It's all one map, so it's not separate zones so you can keep track of as easily. Even if it is the hard way, it's still the right way. You can do it SS. Wow, such a meaningless chess message. Fun. I'm gonna have a good time. I'm just tilted. The game has tilted me. Wow. So interesting. Okay, game over. 28,000? That's a lot of damage. Bakuya. I come from a long line of paper, plastic, and glass assassins. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, SSS. I am known as Bin. Okay, joke. I'm never gonna use her. I'm gonna have to go here, here. Like, the reason these are here is because it's puzzles, but like, all it's gonna do is make it harder for me to keep track of where I've been. Or where I've been. I guess you could say that you have all the elements of a hero in the making. Go get them. Just too many. One, like, it doesn't need to be this many when we're not even that close to the end yet. Yes, we're within 10 hours, but... Water Sepith 2000, so useful. I kept telling the others it was just water weight. Maybe now they'll believe me. Hee hee, funny joke. Where like water weight, like people, their diets where people lose weight quickly, but it's all water weight that's lost the moment they actually drink water and aren't dehydrating themselves. They gain it all back, and more complicated stuff than that. But I applied for a domain on the Orbital Network. Next, not to move to a domain. Stupid Crossbell bureaucracy mix-ups. So that looks like that's the final area. Sadly, I can't look at the map to see where I've been. And then the door swung open, slamming against the wall, and there she was. Genevieve, she squeaked, dropping the broom on the floor, releasing a plume of wood dust in the air. Was she seeing things? It's still morning. Wait, no, you're here? It's not even midnight. Oof. She got betrayed. Ooh. So shocking. Okay. I'm gonna save. My assumption is this is the way forward. And it looks like I have all the chests. But I'm gonna pause for a second and be back after doing a sweep to make sure I didn't miss anything. I'm assuming I didn't. Indeed, I didn't miss anything. I just figured out that the part that I was thinking I might have missed was right down here. But this is the path that's directly to the right from when you enter. Like you start the domain basically right down here, and the right path is this, but you can't go up here right away. So you have to go all the way around. I checked everything else. I don't think I missed anything. That was what I was worried about. But now it's time for the fight, probably. Oh, hopefully it's not a pain. Ahaha, about time you showed up. Bloody Shirley. Name. What? You were actually waiting here? Since when did you turn into such a good girl? I'm surprised you could resist the urge to jump us the second we got one foot in the door. Ouch, that hurts, Dolphy. You're not wrong, though. If you hadn't brought me a playmate, I would have rushed you guys down and torn you to shreds. Psycho. She certainly has no filter. I get the feeling that she isn't joking around. You think. Alrighty, Rixia. I bet you're raring to rumble, huh? Let's finish what we started at Arc-en-Ciel. A good old-fashioned fight to the death. Everything's been leading up to this moment for me, you know. I respectfully decline. What? Well. Well, hold on a second here. You came all this way and you don't want to rip my guts out? The two of us are similar in some respects. I've come to accept that. Since the day I was born, I was destined to take up the mantle of Yin. It was my reason for being. Time to restate information that is clear that you should already know at this stage. Definitely necessary to restate it again. And in the same vein, the battlefield has been the only life you knew since the moment you opened your eyes. I guess you could say that. I got my first real taste of battle back when I was 9, same as Dolphy. Only because my old man and his brother were completely out of their minds. Yeah, but unlike you, I never thought twice about any of it. Sure, sometimes it hurts, and sometimes it stings, but when blood goes flying on the field, it's all sunshine and rainbows to me. You got that. You know that feeling, don't you, Rixia? No, I don't. I never enjoyed it, nor did I hate it. To me, battle was as natural as breathing. Never have I lost sleep over taking a target's life. In a sense, that fact alone might make me even less human than you. Not caring versus being deeply into it. I don't know if that makes it less human. Maybe it does. I don't know. Name. We had no idea. Aw, sucks to be you, huh? But at least you found some fun at Arc-en-Ciel. That's something to be happy about, right? Personally, I don't care about your whole Yin deal. The only one I'm gunning for is Rixia Mao. She says without a shred of empathy. Seriously, you're messed up in the head, you know that? Yeah, and we definitely need it to be repeatedly stated. It's definitely not obvious enough. Do you even understand the kind of shit you put her through? What? You mean that raid on Arc-en-Ciel? Give me a break. How else was I supposed to bring out the inner killer inside Rixia? Honestly, I did feel bad about it, but what other choice did I have? We're not going to open her eyes on this anytime soon. Name. It's alright. If anyone can understand her, it's me. Had I found joy in the path of Yin, then I'm certain the two of us would have turned out the same. Let me be clear, Shirley. I have no intention of dying. Huh? Before I came to Crossbell, I never cared about where or when I might take my last breath. Or rather, I never gave consideration to the possibility of it ever happening. But now, I have a reason to live. I want to live and explore the light I've found with the people I love. It is for that reason that I will not be fighting you to the death. Name. Well said, name. Oh yeah, you tell her. Oh yeah? Then why the heck did you come here in the first place? To push you off a cliff? I thought you wanted to settle things with an all-out brawl. The voice right here does not match the image of the face. Her the way she's speaking is much more down, not smiley happy. What happened to your quest for revenge? Ilya's never gonna dance again, and it's all because of me. That's where you're wrong. It's only a matter of time before Ilya takes to the stage once more. So you see, I have no reason to seek revenge. If it's comeuppance you're looking for, I would suggest paying Ilya a visit after she's fully recovered. I'm sure she'd be happy to give you a great big slap to the face. Haha. Knowing Ilya, that alone would be enough for her to call things even. My motivation for accompanying Lloyd in the SSS is simple. I wanted to prove, not only to you, but to myself, that the person I have chosen to be today is stronger than you. What? She's not gonna fight though. My blade is guided by the light I found in the darkness. While you are only bathed in blood and smoke, you are no match for me. And now, I will demonstrate just that. In a 1v6 fight. Haha, oh boy. You really are the best, Rixia. Or 6v3 maybe? This is way more exciting than some plain old fight to the death. No lie. I'm so glad we came to Crossbell. Tarantula lions. You asked for it. Let's get this party started. And while I'm at it, I might as well cut you and the rest of your crew down too, Dolphy. Let's see if you got what it takes to keep up with Bloody Shirley. You're gonna eat those words. Weapons up, everyone. Give Rixia all your full support. Right. It's gonna be such a fun fight, right? I'm gonna have such a good time. I assume I can't move the spider lion creatures, but yeah. Grendel. They have 45,000 HP. 84,000 HP. Great fun. She's going to Adamantine Guard. And he is going to just flare these guys. And she is going to Aqua Mirage. Yep, I can two-shot those guys, but Flare Butterfly will be better for now. I mean, I'm gonna burst, because it's gonna kill. I'm gonna be able to kill the spider lions quickly. I guess I'll go damage. Yeah, I don't know what they resist. They probably don't resist this, though. I should use an art. Ooh, last disaster? Can I hit more than... I can't hit them all. Can't debuff enemies. I think it's... that guy might die from Flare Butterfly. Yeah, that's enough. It missed. That's not going to cast fast enough, so I'm going to have to cast it twice. Lovely. I can just get Fortuna twice that way. That's better. He shouldn't die. Yeah, because he's guarded. I don't really need any of those. I don't need a craft. I guess I can attack then. I'm gonna start Crimson Raying her on the assumption that I can gradually chip them down with what's it called? Just literally anyone else, but Hydro Cannon. It's just gonna be Crimson Ray spam for the rest of this. It doesn't wear off yet. Make an Aquamarine, but I think I'm gonna Adamantine him. Let's do one of those. So I can get a quick Crimson Ray in. I'm gonna need to re-up Fortuna because he got too many turns too quickly. Oh, that's just bad luck. I mean, I might be able to kill her here just fine. That is just pure bad luck that they chose to target me in this way. Like, the only way she could possibly be a threat is if she targets in a way that moves her across the map in this sort of way. But she's fine. If she did it sooner, I would have died, but... Mobius is still not leveled. Keeper is still not going to get to 5 anytime soon. That fight was less of a pain. Pant, pant. Ha 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 ha. Well, shoot. You actually did it. Pant, pant. I don't know if I'd call it a fair win, though. Even with Dolph in your pals here, I could still feel someone else's power backing you up on every blow. Are they think Kia was part of the fight? That's just one of many things her companionship has granted me. Is that Kia or Ilya's magic? Like, if you can say Ilya helped, it has to be Kia, right? But companionship means Ilya. If you find it unfair, you're always welcome to try it out for yourself. Haha, nah. It's probably too late for me. The 16 or 14-year-old girl, too late for me. Whatever. Chop chop, lady. Hurry up and finish me off, will ya? No hard feelings, and no regret. Not anymore. Unless she actually thinks. It's probably too late for her because she actually thinks they'll kill her. God, imagine if they did actually kill her. What a messed up moment that would be for this type of story. As I said, I have no intention of fighting to the death. You really ought to be a better listener. You're such a buzzkill. And here I thought that I was gonna get rid of this. I was gonna get to ride this high to the other side. Cut the crap. Little brats like you shouldn't be saying that kind of stuff. Haha. I don't want to listen to you, Dolphy. Oh, and just so you know, Daddy's dying to see you again. You better be ready, because you're gonna need it. Huh, like I need you to tell me that. As for the rest of you, good luck. That Divine Blade guy's something else, and Lady Belle's got a few tricks up her sleeve too. That little munchkin with him though? She didn't look like she was doing too hot. Yes, we definitely need this to be reiterated. So keep on fighting the good fight, or whatever. Maybe you can put a smile back on her face. That's what we came to do. Well, I think that's gonna be as far as I can stretch it. Hey, Rixia, let's play again, some other time. Oh, and I could run through it all again now. Good to know. Phew. There's never a dull moment around her. I'm sorry that we were ever born into the same family. Still, I could tell the concern she showed about Kia was genuine. Rixia, how are you holding up? I'm alright. Thank you, everyone. I wouldn't have been able to do this without you. To say nothing of the inner strength Ilya has given me. I think that may have been the reason we emerged victorious. Heh. So that's what she sensed. Yeah, I figured it was Ilya, but it would be so funny if Kia was helping us fight. It wouldn't fit, but surely never stood a chance in that case. Yes, this battle's outcome was a foregone conclusion. Moreover, with this domain cleared, the central gate should be open now, which is going to be next time. Shall we head back and see? Yeah, let's go. And also this music is kind of bad. As for the loose cannon here, let's just leave her be for now. It'll probably be a while before she wakes up. And I talk to her. She's only unconscious, not severe. Shouldn't we carry her to the Merkaba? Nah, let her lie. It'd be a real pain if she woke up. We're still enemies. A little first aid. Very well. Lloyd performed basic first treatment. There, she should be fine. Let's get moving. Yeah. Okay, I can actually show what it was. I can heal real quick too. I'm going to take the portal out just because it's different than exiting from the front, even though I'm going to be at the front. But what I had missed, that I didn't actually miss before, was this path here. Like, you start, it's easier to see. You start right here. That's the entrance. That path to the right there, you can take as long as you don't touch this. But once you touch it, it closes and you can go left. I never went right here and then up here, which is the change. Like, that's what I missed, but there was nothing actually there to miss in terms of, like, content. So. Dot, dot, dot. I figured exiting this way would make a difference. I totally could have blown their heads off just now if I tried to. Whatever. I'm seriously off my game today. Oof, I'm gonna pass out for real this time. Maybe I should take that offer after all. I know that she appears in Cold Steel, I think. I don't know if it's a villain or not, though. The center seal! Must be because we took care of both domains. Now we can finally move forward. Right. That said, these fights have been just as draining as we expected. Maybe we should take a break at the Merkaba and check in with the others. I'm not going to even talk to them for a second. I don't care. I'm going to rest, but I'm not going to go out of my way to talk to every single character. Because frankly, at this point, I want this game to be over, and there's not going to be much room for interesting shading in of the characters. Anyway, she's Gonzo. And now, Noelle's underleveled, because they definitely couldn't just let the side characters keep level with us. No, no, no. Can't do that. Anyway, I'm not going to enter here yet. I'm going to stop on that note. And I'm going to say this is about, I think this is about halfway through. I'm going to check the guide that I've been looking at regularly, or semi-regularly, but I haven't actually been following. There is another precinct, like the first part was a precinct, then there were 2 domains. What's left is 2 more precincts and 2 more domains, well, like a precinct, domain. So there's 4 more zones, so this should be about halfway through. So next time I should be able to finish the dungeon. And then the last battle will probably be left for its own episode, because the battle's going to take like 2 hours, because it's going to be an enemy with 200,000 HP or something that takes 5k damage each shot, and it heals and whatever. It's 3 phases. It's gonna be a pain. But here's where I stop for today. Next time I will aim to finish the dungeon, and if it's quick enough I'll try the boss, but if it takes over an hour to finish the dungeon, which it will, I'll leave the last boss for one more. But it should only take 2 more episodes and this will be done. So, have a good day. Bye-bye.